embrace the earth beneath. The moon was never meant to be a foreign realm.
Hello tất cả mọi người, chúng ta lại gặp nhau rồi. Thì hôm nay chúng ta sẽ tiếp tục sự kiện nơi đá ngầm gặp sóng. Ok chưa? Để không dài dòng thêm thì chúng ta bắt đầu thôi. Tóm tắt phần trước thì chúng ta đang điều tra một cái vụ gọi là buôn lậu vũ khí mọi người. Giờ thì đang trong quá trình điều tra. Giờ có vẻ có một đầu mối mới khi bắt được cái lũ mà. Ok, chúng ta đã tìm được cái gọi là manh mối với cái thằng cha Apathy gì đó. Như vậy tên vậy mà. NPC mà né tên chi? Tốn thời gian, trừ mấy NPC đặc biệt thôi. Chứ không cũng tốn thời gian vậy. Giờ tôi không nhớ nổi số nữa, số NPC. Nhiều khi tên cha còn quên mà. Nói gì tới NPC. Trời ơi.
Took me a bit longer than I expected, but I found where he's hiding.
Let me just be sure of one thing. We're dealing with someone who has extremely dangerous weaponry in his hands. If it comes to it, are you prepared to handle the worst case scenario?
Absolutely. You just need to trust us, just like we trusted you earlier.
Yeah, we've got this. My crew's already locked and loaded.
I'll take you at your word.
Okay.
I know you said you wanted to keep this operation small, but I still thought you could use some backup. So, I chose a few promising young Spina members to help out. Clarence and I have got things covered at the expo.
Yes, we're ready to roll then.
Now that you're here, I guess we can get this show on the road.
Chúng ta đi thôi. Yes sir.
I'm sorry, you can't come with us. You need to stay at the expo like we agreed. It's for your own safety.
We know. It's just... Do you really think Uncle Ashvapati is working for the bad guys?
I wish I could answer that question, but it would just be speculation. And I work based off evidence.
He's been gone for 2 days now, and he just left us here. He's never done that before. Maybe he really is working for those people and was afraid of getting caught. But if that's true, then that means he must have been involved in making and selling weapons in the past too. Wouldn't that make him a bad person?
That's not for us to say. Take a look around the expo. There are plenty of other people making and selling weapons. Doesn't mean they're necessarily all bad people.
Really?
The same is true for your uncle. Whatever he may have done in the past, the real question we need to ask is why. There's a lot we need to know before we can judge a person. In Fontaine, we have a long and complicated process in place just to make sure we get the right answer to that question.
Yeah. Why would Uncle Ashvapati do something like that?
How about this? I'll make sure that Miss Chevras and Miss Yelan promise to bring your uncle back safe and sound. Then you can ask him yourselves.
Thanks, miss.
This situation is complicated and unpredictable. Isn't it a bit early to be making those kinds of promises? It's all right. We're prepared for whatever we might face.
Regardless, it's a promise we have to keep. After all, when the children get their answer, it will shape their understanding of what justice means.
Then, let's all do our part to make sure this ends as well as it possibly can.
Tiếp tục thôi. Wow.
The moon is barely visible.
Stop right there!
Where is he?
We missed him.
Looks like he left behind plenty of evidence, though. Search the area. Let's see if we can find a lead. These records look suspiciously familiar.
Yeah. Doesn't seem very coincidental to me either.
What is it?
Remember when I said this group's cover was ironclad? They were always careful never to leave a trail leading back to them. The one time they slipped up, it broke the case wide open. We found a cargo manifest left behind at the scene. That's the clue.
It was a similar story on our end.
And now that same manifest shows up here, among the records left behind by Ashvapati.
So, he's the guy that slipped up back then?
Unless it wasn't a slip-up at all. How does the same clue get left behind at two separate scenes and picked up by two separate law enforcement agencies? Thinking back on it now, it doesn't seem quite so accidental after all.
No. Almost like he led us here on purpose. But for what reason?
Rồi, chứ phải điều tra trước được.
Hey, there's a letter here.
Look at how it's positioned. It was begging to be found.
You think he knew we would come here?
If he did, he's a more impressive opponent than I anticipated.
Let's keep going. We can read it together when we debrief.
Wait! Is this what Paimon thinks it is?
It's the display model that goes with the prototype. Guess that does make him our thief.
What's worse is that, with his technical background, I bet he managed to bypass the security features on the prototype.
You're saying our guy has a battle-ready ballista in his possession, just waiting to be unleashed?
Oh, this isn't looking good.
Something isn't adding up. All the evidence suggests that he was here alone. Which begs the question, why would he unlock the ballista's features before even meeting up with his boss?
That's a question for another time. We need to focus on where he's going next.
This situation seems more complicated than we imagined. It looks like Ashvapati does have a connection to our criminal gang, but it might not be what we thought at first.
You don't think he's working for them?
Unlikely. He lured us to Nodcry, prepared those weapons on his own, deliberately put us on his trail.
Well, if we want to get to the bottom of this, he's still our best lead.
Xem thử trong thư viết gì trước đã.
That would seem to be our last remaining clue. Let's do it.
To the officers of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol and the Liyue Qixing, you certainly live up to your reputation. I doubt my secret hiding spot will be a secret much longer. So I suppose it's my turn to throw my hat in the ring. I'm just glad I no longer have to run. So, before my day in court is upon me, It all started with a Kashara War researcher, expelled from the academia for violating a taboo. He had dedicated his life to the pursuit of knowledge. But when he found himself in the desert, it wasn't even worth a pail of water to quench his thirst.
Ngu chịu thế chứ sao giờ. Làm điều cấm chi, luật lệ sinh ra để phá bỏ à. What the fuck, thế này thì thế giới này loạn rồi. Ngu chịu thôi chứ biết sao giờ. Mấy cái thằng mà cứ nói là mình là cố gắng này kia nọ, nhưng mà làm sai sau đó thì cái người quay lưng nghe nó sầm đế.
Could you spare some water? I'm a Kashara War researcher. If you need something, I could.
Researchers like you are a dime a dozen. Smart as a whip until you find yourself in the desert. Then, you're lucky to survive the night.
Are you mocking me?
No, son. Just still trying to figure out why I've got such a soft spot for strays like you. Here, give me your canteen. You got somewhere to go?
Not really. Thanks to this water, though. At least I can rule out the bottom of a vulture's stomach.
Now you're talking like desert folk. You could always join my band of misfits.
What would I do?
Gather food, guard our water source, just like everyone else I've taken in. Of course, if you have something you're good at, you're welcome to show it off. Every little bit helps.
All I know is weapons.
Weapons?
Yeah, I love studying them. Big and powerful ones, small and deadly ones, old ones, new ones. I believe the essence of Kashara War research is embodied in weaponry, and the pursuit of this kind of technology is what pushes the world forward. My lifelong goal has always been to become a foremost expert on all kinds of weapons. So I might have borrowed a few sensitive techs without permission, but you see the vision, right? The higher-ups in the academia just didn't understand.
The academia could have 1,001 reasons for exiling you out here, and it still wouldn't matter to me, son. All I
can help upgrade your weaponry. That should come in handy in a dangerous place like the desert, surely.
True, weapons are essential to life here in the desert. Most folks get them when merchants happen to pass through. But when it comes to protecting the people here, this scimitar in my hand is more than enough.
Overkill? Really?
Our group is lucky. Our ancestors learned how to protect the oasis from the sandstorms to prevent it from drying up. Plus, we're pretty far off the beaten path. All in all, we don't have to travel to find water. We don't have to fight off other desert folk. There are plenty of ways to die in the desert, but behind a lot of them lies too much ambition.
I see. Guess I could do some odd jobs then.
I've heard you Kashara scholars are handy with all kinds of gadgets. You could...
You mean, like, toys?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind. It'll give them something to do. Life can get boring out here.
All right, then. And just like that, a Kashara War scholar at the cutting edge of his field ended up in the desert. It got boring from time to time, but all in all, those days were quite pleasant. The Eremites accepted me as one of their own, and all the children loved me. Looking back now, I wish I could have lived like that until the end of my days. But then, those despicable people showed up. Don't rush me. These materials are in short supply.
Oh, they've got a lot of nerve showing their faces back here.
Send the gem? It has been a while.
Well, we have a right to this oasis too. Our ancestors were part of the group that discovered it.
You hated this place. After that giant sandstorm when everyone else was trying to figure out how to help, you got out of Dodge the first chance you could get.
Because I knew better than to be stubborn. Stay in one place too long around here.
You abandoned this place. If we'd done the same, the oasis wouldn't even exist anymore. You gave up your right to be.
I heard they joined another band of Eremites after leaving us, but got kicked out. I bet they're only crawling back to us now because...
Chief, should we drive him off?
I'd like to see you try. I'm warning you. You won't get rid of us that easily.
Leave them be. This oasis has always been big enough to sustain more than one group of people. All that matters is keeping the people here safe.
At the time, I didn't think much of it. And so, normal life continued. Much unchanged. Well, mostly. I often found myself flipping through my collection of blueprints and sketches. The ruin drakes, scattered around Sumeru, were of particular interest to me. As far as I knew, no one had been able to analyze or reproduce the technology within those mechanisms. But I was able to design a kind of lure to bait them into attacking a specific target. In effect, somehow, the new arrivals at the oasis must have caught wind of it.
Hope you don't mind me asking, but is that a weapon you're researching?
I do mind, actually.
Rumor is you used to be a researcher at the academia. All that knowledge going to waste out here in the sticks.
What do you want?
I want to team up. The rules and red tape that got you kicked out of the academia, they don't exist in the desert. You could take this research to the next level. As things stand, all you've got is a blueprint and a pipe. But what if you had access to the right funds and materials?
What are you suggesting?
Me and my men can get you what you need. In return, all you gotta do is bring this sketch to life. We've always had a good eye for business. Just never the right product. But this thing right here, the different bands of Eremites are gonna shell out Mora left and right to get their hands on it.
You want to sell it?
It's a win-win. You provide the goods, and I earn enough Mora from these people to fund the research of your dreams.
I don't know.
I understand what you're worried about, but listen, it won't come back to bite the people here. These people don't think bigger than this place. They don't get involved in conflict. I mean, come on. Their biggest enemy is the weather.
Họ không có thâm nhập như những đội khác thì chưa chắc. Yes, sir.
You've made a bad name for yourself around here. I don't want any part in this.
Well, it's your choice. But it could be the last meaningful choice you ever get in life. So I'll ask you again. Do you want to finally develop the weapons you've been dreaming of and realize your academic ambitions? Or do you want to stay here building toys for kids?
How I wish I'd made the right choice back then.
Yeah, we increased our prices. What about it? You gonna back out?
So, you're really as money hungry as they all say, huh?
Cash is king. That's just business.
Fine.
I'm done. I want out.
What are you talking about? We're making bank here.
I know what the weapons have been used for, and I refuse to be an accomplice to all this any longer.
An accomplice? Listen, that's got nothing to do with us. People would be at each other's throats with or without our weapons. So they die to a machine instead of a scimitar. What difference does it make?
Can't you sell more than just weapons? Surely this can't be all the Eremites are interested in buying.
If you want to make the big Mora, you gotta push what sells. That's just how it is.
And that right there is why I want out.
Fine. I've made more than enough to leave this dump in the dust anyway. If you want out so bad, have it your way.
What was that?
Ngu rồi chịu ơi.
Was it? How did this happen?
You won't find a tribe in this desert without enemies. People have tried to steal water from this oasis in the past, but Kayem drove them off. Guess his enemies have been holding a grudge this whole time.
You sold weapons to his enemies. But he took you in when you had nowhere to turn.
Tự làm tự ngu rồi chịu chứ sao?
Why would you do this?
Hỏi mấy câu vô nghĩa mà lỡ.
It was the perfect excuse to drive up the price, that's why.
Đồ ngu.
It was only later that I found out. This wasn't the first time Senegem and his men had turned around and stabbed their allies in the back. I didn't chase after them or try to hold them accountable. In that moment, all I could think about was saving as many people as I could in a desperate attempt to atone for my sins. But once the weapons I designed were turned against us, the fate in the end, despite all the burning tents I rushed into. And now, you know the full account of my crimes.
Ngu chịu thôi chứ sao giờ. Ngu quá ngu. Tôi chưa thấy ai ngu như vậy.
I've been raising them ever since, while attempting to hunt down the men who made them orphans in the first place. This confession is for the kids to read too. I know I'm in no position to make requests, but please help them find loving parents to take them in. Back then, I failed to see this through to the end.
Jeez, if this is true...
He's after the same target as us. And he's out for revenge.
He even lured us to Notcry to help him get it.
I think I know what he's planning to do with those ballistas now. If I'm right, this doesn't bode well.
Then we need to find him ASAP! It sounds like he's about to do something super dangerous. But we promised the kids we'd bring him back safe.
I can't just let him get rid of our target either. This crime ring runs deep. There are still many other conspirators we need to track down.
Phải đi đâu tìm đây?
Oh?
You got something?
He knew we'd be out of the picture investigating this place. I think he decided to spring the trap that we set up.
Mai phục đối phương tại địa điểm gặp mặt.
Oh, snap. He's not working for them. So our original plan could have worked all along.
The meeting will be happening any time now. Quick, we need to head to the rendezvous point.
Ashvapati.
It's been a while, Senegem.
How did you find this place?
All these years. And the signal you use for the meetup point still hasn't changed.
Useless bunch of idiots. Just wait until my backup gets here.
Oh, I think that might take a while. The Fontaine and Liyue authorities have your men locked down tight.
No. There's no way the cops could have known we'd be here.
Unless, of course, someone deliberately left a trail of clues, leading them straight to the expo. If they hadn't taken your agents out of the equation, I doubt I would have been able to lure you here.
So now what? You gonna turn me in, too?
No. The authorities can have your men.
Is that for Tui Tech? Looks like your skills are as good as ever. Listen, I know you're mad that I've been racking up Mora without you all these years.
After everything that happened.
What? Because what's the alternative? You're not here for revenge, are you? After Kayemwazet took you in, you really convinced yourself you were one of them, huh? What you should have learned is that banking on loyalty and belonging is a losing hand. In the desert, my people live by one rule and one rule alone. The last laugh doesn't go to the righteous. Just look at me. When there's Mora to be earned in the desert, I'm a desert folk. When the opportunities in Fontaine are sweeter, I'm a Fontainian.
You think everyone is as much of a lowlife as you?
A lowlife? There's nothing Mora can't buy, Ashvapati. That includes prestige. You're talking to a renowned Fontainian philanthropist who lives in the Vasari Passage and spends his days going from one grand banquet to the next.
Are you done?
Clearly there's no reasoning with you. Fine. But if you want me dead so bad, why'd you come to face me alone?
Oh, don't you worry. I brought plenty of firepower.
What the? Are you crazy? If that thing fires, you're not getting out of here alive either.
Yes, that's the plan. It's high time both of us paid the...
He's lost his mind. Get him! Start breaking his bones until he removes this barrier.
Hold it right there, all of you. Otherwise, I've got enough firepower to go around, too.
The Maison Gardiennage.
You got here sooner than I expected.
Hey! What's that in the sky? Looks like bad news.
Ashvapati, you have my word that these people will face the judgment of the
Fontainian justice is too merciful for them. You should leave us.
Stubborn fool.
Anti-net. Raya vẫn đang đợi anh đấy.
I don't deserve them.
What is it you feel you need to atone for? Weapons research?
You're from Liyue, right? Your ancestors were the first people to master the recipe for gunpowder. And yet, they turned it into fireworks and firecrackers that even children could play with. Surely, it's choices like that which make Liyue what it is today. But me? I chose to use my research skills to create weapons of war that brought death to countless people.
Sounds like you don't know as much as you think about fireworks. They might be harmless fun in this day and age.
What?
That's right. Fireworks and firecrackers were originally developed for use as weapons. Over time, evil spirits learned to fear the sight of flames, and the beasts retreat. The peace we enjoy today isn't because we chose to make toys instead of weapons. The weapons are what secured us the peace in the first place. Only then did we have the luxury of choosing. It's people, not weapons, that commit acts of evil. And when people are as bent on destruction as the evil forces and beasts faced by our forebears.
Time is running out. Please. Leave.
Relax. Now that we have these guys in custody, I think we can find a way.
for trouble, but they messed with the wrong manager.
Thế giới đoàn nhìn chuyên nghiệp dữ.
Prepare to intersect! On my signal! Fire!
Fireworks show?
Recording mode on.
Has this always been part of the show?
Chào bạn. Yeah, bây giờ mọi thứ kết thúc êm đẹp rồi nhá. Cũng chẳng có gì lắm.
No funny business. I never imagined the Guizhong ballista could be used for something so
Tôi đoán được rồi.
beautiful.
If you'll agree to come with us and answer some questions, it would be a big help to our investigation.
Of course. You'll have my full cooperation.
Honestly, me neither. I'm sure a case like yours would have Fontaine's top legal experts scratching their heads. As for these arms dealers, though, I can confidently say that none of them will be getting away with this. So at least you can take some solace in that. I know, there's no sentence the court can give them that will satisfy you. But at least the trial will be a public declaration of their crimes and the punishment they will receive. The victim, considering the alternative was them dying in obscurity to a revenge killing with no one left behind to tell the story. This looks...
I guess you're right.
Ok. Còn về nhiệm vụ phụ nữa. Nhiệm vụ chính sự kiện thì gần xong đó. Giờ thì còn vài nhiệm vụ phụ nữa thôi. Rồi giờ phải đợi tới 2 ngày. Có content thì ráng quay giờ xong thôi. Thôi thực sự thì quay cho vui thôi, để lưu lại kỷ niệm á mọi người. Chứ thực sự thì cũng không nghiêm túc mấy. Quay cho vui mà.
Let's go ask them for an update. Great! Everyone's in one place.
Now that we are on the other side of this incident, I suggest we put any remaining questions to rest here and now. The Voynich Guild won't be responsible for any disputes remaining after this meeting.
Understood. Well, there's been no serious harm to me or any of my compatriots. And with the arms dealing operation closed down, I've achieved my strategic objective.
I appreciate your flexibility. I'll need all of them in my custody to proceed with the case files. As for you... Given your association with the Voynich Guild, I suspect the boss of the Curatorium might raise some objections if I insisted on bringing you into custody as well.
Then what do you propose, Miss Chevreuse?
While pursuing one of the suspects in this case, it was unfortunately necessary for me to destroy a certain signboard in Nasha Town.
Is that an official confession, officer?
What I'm suggesting is that I don't file charges against Ashvapati, he stays here, and in return, you don't seek damages for the signboard. Sound fair?
Deal.
That went surprisingly smoothly. Paimon figured it was gonna be a whole ordeal.
Uncle Ashvapati, we...
They told us the whole story. Everything you've done. Even so, we still want you as our uncle.
But
If you'd been less trusting of the promises these men made to you back then, and left some weapons for your own people to defend themselves with, maybe things would have turned out differently. The way I see it, your crime wasn't the weapons research itself. It was failing to use that knowledge sensibly, to protect the ones you cared about.
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
Well then, what are you waiting for? The chance to atone for real is staring you right in the face.
Children, from now on,
Traveler, Yelan. On behalf of the Fontaine authorities, it has been a pleasure working with you both. I wish you all the best.
I have plenty of other business to attend to, so it's probably about time I got going as well.
Nói tạm biệt thôi.
Yeah.
Looks like you're a free man.
I guess, but even if they won't arrest me, I still have a lot to answer for.
After you joined us, it didn't take me long to find out that you'd lied about nearly everything. Everything except your desert origins. That turned out to be true. I actually consider the desert my home too, so I was interested to learn who the real Ashvapati was. Thanks to the Traveler, I now know the full story. And my, what a story it is. Granted, the final chapter caused us a fair amount of trouble. But hey, sometimes that's the price you pay for a good ending.
Are you serious?
I mean, obviously I can't let you stay in the guild. Not after all the rules you broke.
I completely understand.
I'd recommend that you take these kids back to the desert.
Why?
The desert has been plagued by seemingly endless conflict since as far back as I can remember. But your story offers a glimpse of a different way of life. The Sumeru of today is a different world than what it once was. With Lesser Lord Kusanali at the helm, who knows where the possibilities end? Maybe you could rebuild the home these kids once knew.
I'm flattered, really. But sure. We could put up a few tents and...
Where there's Mora, there's always a way. Hello, my dear customer. Why don't you discuss your needs with me? If you can dream it, you...
So Mora is the answer, huh? All right. Say I wanted to buy a hometown for these children.
Don't take her so literally. She's just doing her sales pitch. Sure can. Huh? Ta-da! I present to you one magical gemstone created by none other than the renowned mage. Ow! Simply plant it in the ground and a spring will instantly start growing. Before long, you'll have yourself a fully fledged oasis.
What the?
Huh. Looks genuine to me.
Goodness. They always say you can find everything at the Not Cry trade.
Actually, this could be your lucky day. The mage who tasked me with selling this insisted on setting the price herself, and she priced it as whatever keeps the kids happy. Needless to say, I could have found far more lucrative options. But alas, none of them would be worth breaking a promise to a mage over.
Whatever keeps the kids happy? So what is that in Mora?
Good question. I got it! How about I charge you whatever you 3 kids earned at the expo? Then you can say you bought back your hometown through nothing but your own hard work. I think that would keep the kids very happy indeed. Wouldn't you agree?
Deal!
Hooray! Well, this was a strange turn of events.
Không hổ danh là Dory.
I think it's safe to say that this was one of the more memorable trade expos.
Rồi giờ có một vài cái câu chuyện nè. Cuối cùng cái gì ta? Chắc là phải làm cái này trước. Đi lúc. Câu chuyện này đi đâu đây?
I can't believe you came all this way to investigate me. Still, as a member of this expo, I'm protected by the Voynich Guild. There's nothing you can do to stop me.
I know. That's why I'll be taking this up with them directly.
It's been a while. What brings you here this time? Are you representing the Dawn Winery, or are you here as Owl?
Take your pick. Even Owl would take issue with people smuggling the winery's products.
I understand, but please be assured that I would never pit the rules of the Voynich Guild against the interests of the Dawn. No faction exists in Nod Cry that can impose their will on everyone else. In any case, I only allowed this gentleman to sell his so-called Dawn Winery vintage.
I see. So this isn't from our cellars at all.
You?
I'm guessing you learned a few of our winemaking techniques, then brewed your own liquor using local ingredients from Nodcry. Imitations like these are no threat to our business. I'll grant that your wine is a perfectly palatable product. But the fact that you didn't... That alone tells me that I'll never need to worry about any serious competition.
Leaving so soon? Can't I persuade you to come to the Curatorium of Secrets for some tea with me and your...
Hey there! It sounded like you were discussing some pretty serious business, so Paimon didn't want to interrupt.
I'm afraid I'll have to decline.
That's a shame.
Next time you're back in Mondstadt, pay a visit to the Angel's Share. At least there, I can offer you a genuine Dawn Winery vintage.
Quà tặng của thiên sứ. Ok. Yes. Chưa biết gì thế nào rồi.
Sweet Lolly, I've been told that the merchants here are all protected by the organizers. I'm afraid confronting him myself will be...
Do I have to do everything myself?
Oh, please! Granny Eatsley, have mercy!
Chaska! Say, Lolly! What are you,
It's a long story. Basically, a few members of the Flower Feather clan brought word from Nodcry that someone was selling Wyob fragments at this expo. Pretty serious stuff. So I brought Seat Lolly here to get to the bottom of it.
Oh. Okay, well, as it turns out, we've been tasked with mediating any disputes like this.
Are you intending to try and stop me?
Năng này đấy bà history.
Look, I'm not trying to be difficult, but you don't need me to tell you that our Wyab are not for sale. Wait a second. This is just a shard of a Wyab pillar, and its power is long gone, so it...
About 800,000 more apiece.
What?
Apparently, people outside of Natland don't know all that much about our culture. Some people take one look at those pillars and start bragging that they found a Wyab fragment. I didn't want to correct them, cause that way I could drum up the price.
Ugh, forget it. Since you asked me so nicely, I'll let him stay here until the expo's over. No point making a mountain out of a molehill.
Cảm ơn bà history.
Oh, thank you, Granny Eatsley.
Oh, don't start thinking you're off the hook. Once this is over, you're going straight to Biram to face the music.
Ok. Còn gì nữa không nhỉ? Jewelry, ok, đến. Đây, oh yes. Yes sir, có Nico và cả Alice nữa.
Hey, it's Alice and Nicole!
Why, hello, Traveler and Paimon.
Cô tính tìm Dory để mua đồ à?
Oh, quite the opposite. I'm her supplier. Nicole came up with a delightful new pricing method recently, which I've asked dear Dory to try out. We're here today to see how it's all going.
What sort of pricing method is that?
Curious? Well, allow me to explain. Instead of an amount of mora, you collect courage, kindness, or happiness from the buyer. The key is to make people realize they don't have to be rich. With an excellence of character, even the treasures of the Hexen Circle are within your reach. Kinda like a Seelie guiding intrepid adventurers through various tribulations until they claim their prize. Such fun, wouldn't you say?
Not for me. We didn't sell much Hexen Circle gear this time at all. At this point, I'll have to whip out some Samara specialties just to break even.
Wait, you're actually losing money, Dory?
You're saying our gifts didn't reach that many people?
I'm saying we made diddly squat. Hate to break it to you, Miss Mage, but you don't have much of a head for business.
It might not have made much, but this has been quite a fun little experiment. To make it up to you, all the revenue from our merchandise is yours to keep, Dory.
Oh, they don't call you a great mage for nothing, Miss Alice.
Đây, dầu đà. Chắc cái thấp cười chết đi.
It's almost time for the expo to end. I'm asking for half a month's leave once we wrap this up.
Finally got time to relax, huh, Yehuda?
Yeah, thanks to you. Oh, things are pretty calm right now. Should be smooth sailing from here on out.
Sorry, but I've got a problem over here.
Same here.
Yoda! You just jinxed it!
Someone made off with a batch of my goods using the goods first, pay later method. I thought the guild was the guarantor, but then I went to redeem my money and... no dice.
The same thing happened to me. Goods first, pay later. That convenience is for exhibitors only. It works because their goods stored in the warehouse can be used as collateral.
The buyer did have guild-supplied certification.
In that case, he's one of you. Pick him out of the crowd and we're good to go.
The person I talked to was a tall, thin young man, but I don't see him here.
The one who bought from me was on the chubbier side. And nope, no sign of him either.
Wait, so it wasn't the same person? Miss Yehoda, we need help! Ati went into town a while back and we haven't heard from him.
What? Why would he do that? He wanted to use the mora we got from our exhibit to buy everyone a little something in return for looking at—
Gods, this kid... Wait, did he have your certification from the guild with him? Yeah, he's our older brother, so he's in charge. Oh, this is bad.
Okay, let's not panic. What happened?
Remember those people who targeted Ati a while back? I'm worried they kidnapped him and are...
Sorry. Oh, this isn't your fault.
Should we rescue Ati first? But no. Oh, come on, Yehoda, come on! You promised Boss Nephew to uphold the guild's reputation, and you promised the kids you'd protect them.
Looks like you're down to your last option, dumpster diver.
Oh, right! The Clink Clank Crisis Control Switch!
Clink Clank Crisis Control Switch activated. Awaiting orders. Awaiting orders.
Whoa! Activating the switch gives you temporary control over all the robots in Notcry. But it won't last long, so think about what you want to do. In that case, let's get the stolen goods back first.
All units, advance to rescue
Miss ya.
Orders received.
Ati! You're all right!
Sorry. I made you all worry.
If anyone should be apologizing, it's those awful people who took you. You just wanted to repay everyone's kindness.
They stole my expo certificate. Did that cause trouble for anyone?
Let's just focus on one thing at a time.
Inventory complete. All goods have been retrieved.
See? Told ya. With the Clink Clank Crisis Control Switch, there's no problem in Notcry you can't handle. With so many bots around, we didn't have to choose between the rescue and getting the goods back. We were able to do both.
I know.
These kids call me boss, and as their boss, it's my job to protect them. No way I'm letting them get in trouble with the guild.
Thanks, boss.
I know who's a great person to have on your side, huh?
To be honest, I could hug you right now. But I think I'll have that vacation first. Oh, right! I owe you a hot dog, don't I?
Xem hết rồi phải. Ok, 17 dòng hội thoại, 17 hội thoại đây. Chắc là làm xong cái này nữa rồi, ok.
Here comes the toughest mecha. Time to go all out.
Ôi da. Khó điều hướng. Ê, khó điều hướng. Đấy. Ê.
You've got this, partner.
Ôi giờ phải dùng đạn Osia rồi. Không, dùng đạn Numa, giờ tụi nó đi chọi ngôi giáp Osia. Ây da. Ê.
Equipment upgraded. Now's our chance.
Yes, sir. Whew. Cái này thì Lan vs Zombie phiên bản 3D. Làm này luôn đi, cho dễ. Này thì con này cơ quan khắc chế của nó là này chút chuỗi, nhưng mà không nhớ hết được, nhưng mà
The final round begins. Time to go all out. Activating analysis module. Learning the traveler's operational logic. If successful, this will increase our efficiency by at least 179%. assault will continue. Please remain vigilant. Calculating efficiency of commands. 3 times higher than standard.
Đợt cuối ơi.
This will be my final attack. Ha, ha, ha.
Mẹ, robot nhưng mà ác nhân thấy không? Cười ha 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 ha. Quên. Yes. Màn tổng hợp này thấy còn dễ hơn mấy màn trước. Rồi giờ tới cái cuối cùng là cái của video. Ok. Hãy số điểm nhân 10. Tôi thì không có con rau ma chứ chưa có. Đưa một con hệ thảo để giảm kháng thảo nè. Con này đi heal đi. Tạm đi.
Locked and loaded, waiting on your signal.
Out of my way! Our bond is strong!
It all adds up. No more lies. The mystery unravels. It all adds up.
Chew on this! Look, they're ready to dissipate!
Propagate! Can't hide the truth. Scatter! Germinate! Careful! Hold out till fire support arrives. The deception ends here. Time to go clean.
Để không có đam luôn.
It all adds up. It all falls in. Fire support ready. Select a target.
Có vẻ giờ bọn này quá trâu thôi.
Land the projectile in the middle of the enemy formation. Nice! Good shooting!
Ok, được.
Spring forth.
Our bond is strong. Lightning?
No more lies.
Look, a rainbow! Do you want...
Seek within. It all adds up. Let's see what you're made of.
Stand with me.
Scatter!
Ding dong, water...
Careful! Hold out till fire support arrives. The deception ends here.
Ok, được thêm 2.000. Nhưng mà cũng được 30 rồi. Có cái máy ghiêu tròn trưng bày trong cái ám chất ca này. Dạ, gia tượng mở rồi. Được. Tụi đang hơi đói mùa ra thì banner lâu ma. Rồi thì sự kiện này cũng kết thúc rồi. Thì hẹn gặp lại mọi người vào video tiếp theo. Thì chắc là phiên bản sau. Bye bye và hẹn gặp lại.